the pictures don't do you no justice. You gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I love it, and I love your bubbly attitude. You just seem like you're a ball of sunshine. I love it.
Thank you. I'd like to think I'm a lot of positive energy.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So so tell me how your day going or what have you. Oh, before you speak, excuse me, smokers. I'm outside, and I'm outside for a reason. So deal with it.
Oh, Skype's got us breaking
So
up. I can
2023
barely
been
hear
treating.
you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now I was saying, so how's your day going? Your 2023 treating you?
2023 so far hasn't been too bad. Started it out with the AVN, so that was fun.
Oh my God! So this was your first AVN?
It was. It was
It
my
was your first time
first
going to
time
the AVNs?
around. So I got
Oh
to go
God,
out,
no doubt. So
hung out with Jenny Jizz, who's one of my favorite people. She's kind of been my mentor, who I patterned myself after. So it was awesome to hang out with her. And of course, got to hang out with Lily Craven. That's my girl.
That's my pod mommy. That's my boo. That's my buddy.
She not
Shouts
awesome?
out to her.
She is one of the best
such a sweetheart. I love her so much, yo.
She is so awesome. I'm going to Mexico with her next month.
Yeah, I talked to her when she was in Mexico. Yeah, Mexico seems like it's a fun place to be.
Yeah, we're going down to a swingers club. Gonna go tear it up and ruin some people.
Oh my God, I haven't been to a swinger club in years.
Oh, it's kind of what got me started.
Oh, most definitely. So the swinger club that got you started. So was you swinging before you got in? Okay, put it this way: of course you were swinging before you got into porn or what have you? But how did you get into swinging? How did you get into swinging?
Well, I had my first threesome when I was 16.
Ooh,
so I've been open-minded from a very early age. I grew up in Utah, and I was pretty rebellious.
She was in Utah. Okay.
Yeah, my family's Mormon.
Oh.
And I am not.
It like put it this way. I mean, even to the point where I was watching the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
And is the blonde one, she is just like the most liberated out of all of them. Two blondes the most liberated out of all of them. Yeah, so it's interesting that. Oh my goodness. So back to what we were saying, because I'm sitting here thinking like I'm like, shit, I always wanted to go to Utah at this motherfucker. I ain't even go for it. But anyway, but what I was saying was, so what got you into swinging? Because of course you was, open at an early age, probably throughout your adult life, but what got you into the swinger culture?
Well, with my first husband, who was like my high school sweetheart, around 19, 20 years old, I said to him, hey, I think I'm bisexual. How do you feel about maybe inviting some other women into our relationship? And of course he was like, yeah. So that kind of opened the doors. And then 5 or 6 years later, I said, let's maybe try some other couples. And back then, of course, you didn't have the internet, so you had to join social groups. You had to join swingers groups back then. And we did, and we went to some parties and enjoyed it quite a bit. And eventually he let me have an extra boyfriend, and I let him have a girlfriend and that kind of thing. But I did have a second marriage that was completely monogamous, and that was pretty happy too. But it was a very sexual marriage. I've always been a really sexual person and open-minded. So, and then once that marriage ended, kind of went on a free-for-all, you know.
You said time for rediscovery.
I was like, I'm not having a boyfriend for at least a year for the first time in my life. I'm like, I'm not jumping right into another relationship. I'm going to do what I want with who I want. And had a really good time. The next boyfriend I met on FetLife. So,
I'm on FetLife too.
Yeah, so from the get-go, it was, it was going to be dirty from the get-go.
Yeah,
and then the current boyfriend I have, I met on Cassidy, which is one of the bigger swingers sites, and he's the one that really got me into doing porn. We had kind of posted some pictures on Twitter just for fun, and it's funny because we were just doing it more to entertain ourselves and got a really big response. And I felt like, oh, I kind of like this. I like this attention.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Oh, I'm sorry. Hello, smokers. I apologize. I forgot to say hello to y'all. And welcome to the Smokers Lounge here on Anchor, the perfect app for you to start your podcast career. Just go to anchor.fm or go to the Anchor app and download it. I'm your host, Captain Officer of the Champion. You know what it is. Find all my links with one link on mylinks.com/porn rap star. And what's going on, Big Bo? And yes, people, I'm chilling in the hood for a second. So yes, it's beautiful. What's going on? Oh God, I'm sitting here. A word. Oh. What's going on? I'm up here podcasting and everything. Yeah, I'm podcasting. Yeah, but no, it's good to see. I'm gonna let you, nephew. Yeah, no doubt. See, yeah, it stays real on my podcast. So, yes, people, more entertainment for you. Man, like I was saying, like I said, I got 4 wonderful sponsors to tell you about. The first being lsworld.com, Facebook, the LS community. Next up is eroticismmagazine.com, the hottest adult mag on the web. And for you content creators, 90% profit. No hashtag problem for you consumers, a new place to consume your triple content. I'm talking about none other than excitebunny.com. And last but not least, voiceover with Smut, award-winning as well as award-nominating. We're talking about the one and only Blush Erotica. Also, while you're there, check out their Beaver side, which is actually their virtual reality. So you get to play around with the Oculus when you go on Blush Erotica. Also, proud member of the GW District Black Podcast Network. So go over to shop GWDistrict.com. Buy black, buy from 500 retailer shops and boutiques. Also, 5 days radio.com and check me out and smoke with me every morning. Wake and bake with your boy. Also, check me out on SkyhawkAfterDarkTV.com as well as the BGP LLC app. So, without further ado, I'm gonna let this sexy, gorgeous, freaky lady who I really enjoyed on being on her timeline introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Naughty JoJo. I'm also known as Joanna Meadows. You can find me on Twitter, OnlyFans, ManyVids, all the usual. I've worked with Blaze Studios. I am a smoker. I used to be a large-scale grower, actually, and worked with Private Society as well. So. Smoking makes everything better, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. That's why I can't wait to get in the house so I can roll another one and go ahead and hit and everything. So, but it seems like to me, it's kind of like the natural session is swinger to doing porn. Because it seems like a lot of people in the swinger community film, and put out their own content and all that good stuff. So, with you, like you said, you started just filming. What was it that inspired y'all to say, look, let's put this on camera and let's make money with it. Because I'm pretty sure y'all were doing a little tidbit shit before then.
Yeah, it's funny because it really wasn't the money that was motivational. I think we were putting stuff out there on Twitter for free for over a year before we started contemplating how could we monetize it. I've just got an exhibitionistic nature, so it was more that I was getting off on other people getting off over me. I really liked hearing the response, and I liked seeing those numbers go up and getting the comments, so it was fed by the excitement initially. And then it was kind of like, all right, well, there's all of this out here. How do I turn that into a bank account? And then it became more about the porn.
Yeah, because I also see that like you film and document a lot of like your, I guess your swingers events or the swinger stuff that you do or what have you. I see a lot of course, gangbangs and some orgies and a lot of dicks and and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, so how do you find the ways to implement what you do with the lifestyle into your filming?
Well, we advertise a lot of the blow bangs and gang bangs. I pull a lot of dudes from the swinger sites and from Fat Life. I call them my stunt cocks. So I get a lot of my regular stunt cocks from the swinger community. Normally in the swinger community, the single guys have a much harder time participating in events because it's a lot more about couples, and a lot of the couples are only looking for single women. They're looking for the unicorn, which is the single bi women, and the single dudes have a much rougher go of it. They're limited for parties, and they're exactly what the fuck I'm looking for. I am looking for the single dudes. I want as much stick at my parties as I can possibly get.
Yeah, I feel on that because because a single dude, you kind of ass out in many ways. Because I mean, as a single female, you're gonna get off because who don't want a woman in the bedroom, But even with a dude, it's kind of like the husband just it may not want to do.
Yeah,
that's why it's better to come with a couple.
Yeah, that it's I would say the vast majority of the time they're looking for an additional female. So it's the single females get in free to the clubs. They get in free to the parties. Single males will pay 2 and 3 times as much to get into the sex clubs. There's a limited number of spots available for single men to attend events. It's much harder to be a single male, and I do get it because there are a lot more single males out there looking to participate than single females, but I don't discriminate like that. That's who I'm looking for, and I have found that there is a percentage of the swinger community that the couples, it is the fantasy for the woman to be a part of a gangbang or to be a part of a blow bang or to have, 3 or 4 BBCs there while the husband watched. And I like helping people have their fantasies fulfilled. So I've done a number of events here at my studios where I'm not the center of attention, where it's another female that comes in and I'll be a fluffer for her so that she can be the center of attention. And sometimes it's recorded and sometimes it's not. It's a part of what's a part their fantasy. But it is awesome for me to see another female in the middle of all that dick and just lost in it, and afterwards just sex drunk from the experience and know that I helped make that happen. So it's kind of like giving back to the swinger community for everything they've given me.
Yeah, because me myself, I enjoy couples. They're the funnest to be around. They're just so fun. I enjoy the moments we're doing couples and everything. And like I said, the swing events I went to, I had fun. Except the one down here in North Carolina, we suck. But people know how I feel about North Carolina. Swing community, fetish community, it stinks in every which way. So, but so with you, like when you like when do you decide we're gonna film this orgy or even to the point when you decided to do gangbangs, how the hell you pull that off? Because that's like one of the most hardest things to pull off is a gangbang.
It is, and that's one of the things that I specialize in. And it's even harder when you're going to film it and you want people to get tested for it and you want people to sign releases for it. So I will advertise on a couple of different swinger sites and including it on FetLife. And it's amazing to me, the flake rate for dudes. Like I will have 25 dudes say that they want to come. And then the day of, 15 of them will flake. And it's one of those things where it's like, dude, not only am I going to suck your dick and fuck you, I have other women here, the fluffers, that are going to be sucking your dick too. You are guaranteed to get your dick sucked and have a good time. And you're not going to show up? Like, what is wrong with you?
But see, the thing of it is that but see, here's the things when you deal with, I guess, cats that are not content creators.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Well, being in front of the camera, I was saying, guys, sometimes guys are not comfortable being in front of the camera.
Well, sometimes, and I never show faces in my porn. That is one of the things. I never show faces in my porn. If you look at any of my porn, I protect people's identities. I don't want to show faces in my porn, so I take away that element. I think part of it is, for some guys, it's a really hot fantasy in their heads, but once they're in a room with a bunch of other dudes,
is some dudes just can't. Honestly, some dudes just can't fuck in the same room with another dude.
Yes, and I think there's a lot of that. It's a great fantasy, but then once the idea of being naked and performing with other guys around, it's the reality is more than they can take. But just say that, don't keep on the list up until a few hours beforehand. So that is a bummer.
Because I applaud it.
There is a growing community here in Denver and the metro area. There's a number of people that are doing the same thing that I do. There's a number of women in the industry here that do gangbangs and blowbangs that are. Ray is here in Colorado. I don't know if you know who she is. She's building a pretty big name for herself, and she does some big numbers. Like she did like 47 guys at her last event. So I'm doing a lot of networking with these other guys that set up these big events, because of it. It's my opinion that it's not a competition. We should all be helping each other pull talent for these kind of things and help each other out, because it's why not share resources? It's not going to hurt you if I use your dude one weekend. It's not going to hurt me if you use my dudes on another weekend. And the community is definitely growing here, and that is one thing I would love to see Denver become a hot spot for the big events.
Oh, I mean, I heard about Denver, Colorado. Plenty of my homies say I need to go check out Denver.
Lily and her group are growing it. Rockin' the Rockies are doing a lot more production out here.
Yeah, because two, with your porn and your porn style, your shooting style, it's more of a, how can I put this? It's more of a reality-based swinger lifestyle, good old time.
It's an every person opportunity. It's like, if you want to be in porn and you have a lifestyle that doesn't allow you to participate openly, which is the case for most people. Most people have a job that's not going to allow them to do it. Here's a situation that you can come participate and fulfill a fantasy, and it's not going to threaten your everyday life. So you can be a closet porn star and enjoy yourself. I mean, I'm out there. My regular job knows. People in my life know, because I'm that kind of a person that everybody knows.
Naughty, naughty, naughty. Because I ain't gonna front. Because what I like about you, you get down in public too. I like that.
I do like the public stuff. I like
I mean,
whatever I can get away with.
I'd be like, now, but here's the question now. Are you able? How long are you able to pull it off? Like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 15 minutes? Because people don't realize when you do outside stuff, it's you kind of on a ticking clock to a certain extent, depending on where you at.
And it's harder and harder to do with security cameras these days.
Yeah.
So I mostly try and stick to the cum walks because there's nothing illegal about walking around with cum on your face.
Yeah.
It's a technicality, you know.
Oh yeah.
There's no genitalia or nudity.
But
Pardon?
yeah. Because I just love your pictures. You just have a leg spread eagle. I said you be loving your pictures. You be spread eagle in the car and everything. I said, you know something? Women like her make me really hate that I retired. I swear. The fun. Because I love public shit.
I'm always on the lookout. So I'm always looking for spots that I'll be like, all right, here's a parking garage that the cameras are only over by the elevator. So I can get away if I'm parked over here with giving a blowjob and not be at too much of a risk. If it's the time of day. I look for alleyways and things like that. But it's getting to be more of a challenge because I want to have fun, but I don't want to end up on a sex offender registry either.
Oh yeah. Because last thing you want to do is get caught. That's why I like when people don't realize when you do outdoor scene or
yeah, so I've kind of been sticking more recently to doing stuff in the wilderness, and I skew my odds a little bit because I have friends that have property in the mountains, so I know I can go up and I can be out, do things outside on their property, which is removed from other people. So nobody's going to just stumble onto us and get in trouble for that. Because if I had my way, I'd be naked outside all the time.
Yes, yes, you do have a wonderful body. I must enjoy it. I enjoyed looking at it most definitely. So of course you said you went to the AVNs and what have you and everything. Are you looking to? Because I know that most of the time that you get is pretty much from the swing community. Am I correct? Male talent, anyway.
I'm sorry. What was that?
No, I said you mostly get your male talent from the swinger community. Am I correct?
Correct. I have worked with. I've done some trade content with some of the guys that are in the industry. Okay. I would like to work with some industry gentlemen. I do love the look of the really well hung gentlemen. So I would like to you know, I love unicorn pick with a great big dick on my head. So I had hoped to do some work at the AVN, I see you had a lot of deals. Didn't come together. I'm not a size queen, but I do like the occasional really big dick, you know.
Yeah, true that. So cause with your like I said, with the filming or what have you, how often do you try to film to keep up with the updates, to keep up with, the demand?
I like to film a couple times a month. The challenge is that my boyfriend lives in Maui and I live in Denver. And he does not like the cold, so he doesn't like to come out here. And the studio, of course, is located here in Denver. So I will do more selfie filming during the winter, and I do fly out to Maui. But oh my God, is it hard to round up dick in Maui? Like, it is challenging. It is. They're all like, oh, it's a small island. What if I come over there and there's somebody there I know? Dude, if you're coming to a blow bang at the condo and there's somebody you know, they're at a blow bang too. They're not going to be telling anybody about you, you know? But they worry about it a lot.
It's crazy. It's crazy
it's
because
just
people
ridiculous.
want to be freaks. People want to be freaks, but they don't want their freak to be known. It's kind of,
yes.
I'm like, and I don't see what the hang up is anymore.
I get it where maybe they're cheating on their partner, so they're worried that that's going to get back. But if you're showing up at one of my blow bangs, the other people there are not talking about it to anyone else either, so you're pretty safe. So I have
saying because you got something on them.
Yes, exactly. That you know the same thing about them that they know about you. So I'm not able to pull as big events together in Maui, although I'm working with Trixie Dixon out there quite a bit. She's kind of a newer star. And she is so dirty. She is just so dirty. She loves to be peed on. I fisted her. Oh my God. That's been quite the experience. So I'll probably be working with her in February. Starting about April, he starts to come out here, and then we do a gangbang one weekend, a blow bang one weekend. If we can do a come walk, we'll go get a come walk in while he's here, because I'm a lot braver when I have somebody else filming me when I do a come walk.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm just by myself and I'm doing a come walk, I get really nervous. If I've got somebody else with me, I'm like, fuck this, let's go, you know?
Oh my God. How do people react when they see you with the cum on your face when you be walking?
Nobody has ever said anything or act like they knew yet. So I did a double cum walk where I was in a condo. He came in my face. I walked down the hallway, down the stairs, had another guy in a van in the alley. He came on my face. I got out of the van. I walked up the busy city street back to my car, and there were people walking by, and I've got my selfie stick and I'm filming, and nobody said anything. I did have a couple of people kind of look at me like, what's this chick filming herself for? And I mean, my face was dripping and nobody said anything. But I haven't like Jenny she's my hero. She's walked in and sat down at a bar and ordered a drink. She is brave.
She has balls.
She has total balls. So
I know somebody was like, okay.
Right?
Did you not see what's on your face?
She's gone in the liquor store and bought stuff. So I have promised she's out in Florida. We're going to do the next time that I go out. I've promised that I will do a come walk with her where we go in and sit at a bar afterwards and order a drink.
That's hot. Yeah, y'all should actually film this shit, because that would fucking sell. That would fucking sell, just to see some people's face.
Old videos like that, you know. So I told her I'll quit being a pussy and I'll do something brave with her.
Oh my God. So shoot. So let's say if any talent wanted to work with you, what would they have to bring to the table to get an opportunity to do, let's say, a content trade with you or what have you? Because I know there might be male talents. They might see this and might want to reach out to you and do a shoot. Not necessarily a gangbang or what have you, you know what I'm saying? But, work with you.
So I have worked with a few. I did a content trade with Vergu at the Chicago Exotica that worked out. He's nicely endowed. He was very professional. He was willing to do a content trade where I controlled the content. I did do a production where I tagged him and he was able to use it on his OnlyFans as well. It depends on how big the name is and what they bring to the table. In the porn industry these days, the women kind of control the content. So that's one of the things that, if you're a much bigger name than I am and you're bringing that to me and want to work with me, I'm much more likely to be flexible about the circumstances for working together. If you don't have any name whatsoever, odds are I'm not going to do a straight across content trade. Just because I'm kind of used to working with guys that I don't have to give anything to except a blowjob, you know. But I am very open to it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Pardon?
I said, there's nothing wrong with that. A blowjob is a wonderful thing.
Right. Well, right. You know, I feel like I'm willing to work pretty hard to get some cum out of you. So, but I am open to some content trade. It's really a matter of who it is and what they bring to the table.
Yeah, most definitely. So, I'm trying to see where I want to go with this. How often do you? I think I already asked you that because, like I said, people, I'm working to tremendous odds and a lot of distractions because I'm outside. Now, anyway, back to my point. When it comes to, this is where I wanted to go with it. When it comes to you doing your gangbangs, and especially on the filming side, not just, going for party or for fun, on the filming side, what do you do for your mental prep and physical prep? Because filming and just going is different. Because granted, yeah, you have a lot of dicks around you, you fucking a lot of people, you fucking towards the camera, just for fun and GP. You see what I'm saying?
I do. And it's funny because when I first started doing it, I would get so much performance anxiety beforehand that sometimes I would cry. I'd cry before I put my makeup on. I'd get really snippy with my boyfriend to the point he'd be like, "Why are we even doing this?" I just leave me alone. I'll be okay. Because I want to make sure that everybody has a good time and that everything's going to look good. And I would have so much anxiety. But now I'm kind of to the point where I know that odds are things are going to go well. So I usually smoke some weed before I start getting ready, and I'll have a glass of wine or I'll have a drink. And if I feel any anxiety, I'll just focus on how I'm going to feel once everything starts, because the nervousness is just waiting for everybody to arrive. And I know that the minute that I am on my knees with the lights on and people are undressed, everything else is going to go away. And then I'm just in my happy place.
Yeah.
So it's funny because it did used to cause a lot of anxiety, and now it's just all focused about, like, once it starts, I know I'm going to be okay, so I don't get stressed out. And if I am, then I'll just make sure that I've got a heavy indica, because then I'm just going to be too calm to care, you know.
Yes, I'm sorry. I always had to smoke a blunt before I shot, and in between, actually, to be honest with you. But like I said, because people don't realize when we come to film, it is a mental prep and physical prep to it. It's a mental game to it. Especially for men more so than women. Because our job is to
absolutely.
Stay hard.
I feel like there's more pressure on men for sure. And that's and I hear that from some of the guys that show up. He's like, what if I can't come? And I'm like, if you can't come, you can't come. It's not that big of a deal. It's like there's other dudes here, so in the long run, it doesn't all fall on you. So do what you can.
Yeah, especially if you're out doing an orgy or a gangbang. I mean, it's as long as enough of them come, you got something. Shit, you can sit there and lie for cream pie.
Exactly. And I've noticed that some of the guys kind of relax a little bit when they realize that, if they don't shoot in the long run, nobody's going to know the difference.
Yeah, because
take some of the pressure off.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because because I'll tell anybody that it's real sex, but it's sex with a purpose. Because we're trying to, as people can see, I've just got in the house. Anyway, so work with me as I talk. But like I said, we fuck with a purpose because it's not just for us to bust a nut, but also for us to sell, period. Because just like you said, at some point it went from, okay, we just doing this for the fun of it to, okay, we can make some money with this. So,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And now it's time to pay attention to the numbers and all that good stuff. So with that being said, people, now that I made it into the house and I can sit down for a minute and plug up, it's that time of the show where the pussies go dry and the dicks go limp. They talk about the business. Now, like I said, with this business, the work, the filming is the easy part. I always say that. Speak to the work and also paying attention to the numbers and the up and down of the money aspect of it. Period. Because that's what a lot of people don't discuss. Because we always talk about the glitz and glamour, but not the work that it takes to get that glitz to be glamour.
Yeah, and that's what I'm really just starting to get more into the meat of. I just bought a bunch of domain names. I'm starting to build my own website. Because I don't have a lot of experience in that marketing aspect, and I'm learning a lot from the people around me. I'm starting to make connections and prioritize what I need to be doing. It's getting so much more complicated to do it through a third-party site. OnlyFans started at the beginning of the year, where you have to upload verification for all your co-models now. It used to be that you just had to agree that you had them on site. And when you're doing gangbangs and blowbangs, that's a lot of documentation to upload.
Yes, because even with me, I've been in the business, 20 some odd years, talent 15 before I retired. And you're talking about if they want a recent ID, period. Even though the 2257 says the date of the ID was still valid of the signature.
Yes.
So I got to figure out and find people that I ain't talked to in 10 years. I don't know if they even alive. We done went through a whole pandemic for me to get them to send me an ID.
Yeah, or where the fuck they are. Yeah, or the picture that you took at the time, you can zoom in on it and you can read the ID, but they're like, oh, nope, the ID is not clear enough. And it's like, I took this fucking picture 2 weeks ago in Vegas. I can read the ID by zooming in it. Oh no, it's not clear enough. You need to have them take it again. It's like, nobody that was at my event is from Denver. You, as you can see from the IDs, so it's not real convenient for me to reach out to these people to ask them to take another fucking selfie. It's hard enough to get these dudes to do what I tell them to do while they're standing in front of me. So it's been a little frustrating.
But see, that's the reason why when it comes to this business, and I'll tell anybody this, that's why at some point, ladies have to deal with professional guys. And the reasoning for that is because professional guys understand the paperwork. They understand that side of it. Because sometimes when you deal with, you got it like this, you work with who you work with, regardless. But when it comes to, like, let's say, period. They understand the paperwork, because you got dudes that might be scared, worried that you're gonna blackmail them because you got the paperwork.
Oh,
what you need my ID for? Huh? What did you say?
Yeah, and I'm very upfront that this is what you have to provide me if you're going to participate in this, and I'll connect. I have learned over time that I don't let them fill the paperwork out. I take their ID, I fill out the paperwork, and then they sign it, because They can't be trusted to write down their full address. They can't be trusted to write down their ID. If I don't do it or I don't have somebody there doing it for them, no, they're not going to do it right. And then my 2257 is used. So I have somebody take their ID, fill out the 2257, and give it to them to sign. Because it's the only way that I know I'm going to get the accurate information.
Yes.
And ManyVids makes me crazy because every single time, the nice thing about OnlyFans, at least once you upload it and they accept it, you can just click on it to add it the next time you use that person in a movie. So it's there. But with ManyVids, every single time you upload a video, you've got to upload all the information again, which is ridiculous. So
see,
it's
that's
like,
why I
all
fuck
right.
with Fat Pals. That's why I fuck with X videos. And I tell females to always have a standalone site. She can help them out Central find somebody to do it, because these sites can change their rules, and there's nothing people can do about it because you need them. You know.
Yeah. So that's why I'm currently working on building my own site so that I can, and that way I don't have to give 20% to OnlyFans or 40% to ManyVids. So that's my next step. It's interesting, that it is becoming more about the not so fun business side of things.
Yeah. It's the fucking is the fun part.
It is, and that's what lures you in the first place.
And that's what I like about you, because you get nasty and down and dirty with. I just love a female like that. It's just like seeing the smile on her face would come on her face. I was like, oh my God, just the scenes that we can do. So do you do anal?
That's what suckered me in. So what did you say?
No, I said, do you do anal?
I do not. Occasionally I think about it. I've got some medical stuff that sometimes makes that not as fun afterwards. So I did when I was younger, and then I had a pregnancy that kind of ruined that for me.
Well, shit.
It is one of my goals to be airtight at some day. So, I have a bucket list of things I haven't done yet that I really do want to do. DP's on there and double vaginals on there.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Yeah, I wanted to do that, because I was like, you might can't get the anal, but you might have you done a double vaginal yet.
Not yet, but it is on my list. I've been taking a couple pages from Lily and been working with some bigger toys, so trying to stretch things out.
Oh my God. And what size toys you working with?
Let me grab my current favorite. So this is my current favorite from my fucking machine, and it did take some effort to work up to this. I can't take the whole length. I fall a couple inches short on the length, but this is my favorite fucking machine dildo.
Oh my goodness, that is
right. It's not as big as Lily Craven toys, but it's getting there. So I'm trying.
Lily be taking some dick now. I ain't even gonna front on that. Oh my goodness. So okay, like this. What the most guys you done in a gangbang?
15.
15.
My next goal is 20. So I'd really like to do 20, but once I do 20, I'm gonna want to do 30.
So I'm gonna ask you this. Do you think you found yourself more so sexually when you became older, or did you feel you found yourself sexually when you was young already?
I think I was sexual from very early on. I think I found more confidence in my sexuality as I got older, because that Mormon environment when I was younger, it was kind of surrounded by a lot of shame to be sexual. and I was very sexual in a non-sexually supportive environment. And then, as you know, I married a person who supported me being sexual, and I had repeated relationships where my sexuality, it wasn't just supported, it was celebrated, you know. And I had friends as well, you know, my friend system is very supportive of my sexuality. So I feel like I just became increasingly open and increasingly supportive as I got older. So I've always been that way, but the environment encouraged me to be more so as I got older.
Now, to me, I always said this, when it comes to porn, it seems like the older women have more success and even longevity to a certain extent. Do you think you getting into business at an older age benefited you greatly?
I do think so, because I think if I had gotten into it at a younger age, I would have been more easily taken advantage of. I think I probably would have been more prone towards detrimental drug use to deal with some of it. I think I would have ended up on the short end of the stick as far as where money ended up with. I think somebody would have made a lot more money off of me as opposed to me making money from what I'm doing. I think the timing for me to get into porn has worked out really well.
Yeah, not because if you came out back then, you would have came out on the Hollywood side. So
yes, and I would have been really taken advantage of.
Yeah, and that's why this day and age is actually better, because not only does females have more control of how they make their money, and they can make money, but they also have different avenues of it within the shit. You know, from custom videos to webcamming to all these things, to expanding a lady's repertoire and brand.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think the timing is perfect for me in that regard, because I am a pleaser personality type. I like to make other people happy. I'm willing to self-sacrifice to the point that it costs me and it's detrimental to myself, especially when I was younger. So I really think that today's porn opportunities and the lessons that I've learned in life that I have at this age make it much more ideal for me to enter the porn now than back then.
Yeah, unless you had plenty of practice, you was a swinger, so there was no breaking no ice for you, for sure.
Yeah, but you got to remember that when I was younger, most of my swinging experiences were my male partner and other female partners, so that I didn't even have an MFM, a threesome with another dude until I was like 40 years old. So, you know, a lot of the swingers life was.
I was 20. I was 20. No. 24 when I had my first threesome.
Yeah, 20. See, I've had more freaking threesomes with another girl and a guy than I could even count. I wouldn't care if I never had another one again, because I've had so many of them.
No, that was crazy. My first threesome was a male, and female.
Really? Really?
Yeah, that was my first threesome. So I didn't have a 2-girl threesome till shit. Actually, when I got in porn, that's when I got one.
Oh man, that's what I had when I was 16, and that's all I had until I was 40 something.
Yeah, because I see you a lot of fun. I see you have a tenacity on the dick. That's what I've seen. A tenacity on the dick, for real. Oh my goodness. But I love it. I ain't gonna front. If I wasn't retired, I love that work with you, because I see. You know, so do you even do role playing scenes or anything like that?
I do. When I worked with Blaze Studios, I did the stepmom stuff. I did the massage parlor stuff. It's real loose role playing with Private Society. I loved working with them. They were awesome. So I will. but for my own personal porn, I'm pretty much all about put your dick in me and let's go.
So like this. So there's a difference when you work with a company and then you work for yourself, especially film wise. So speak to the differences with working with a company versus when you're shooting for yourself. You feel what I'm saying?
So when I work with another company, it is their agenda, it is their style, it is their format. I'm there to fulfill the role that they have. And I'm only there. I'm recognizable as who I am. I'm not a JoJo. I'm Joanna Meadows fulfilling their role. Like I shot with Score in October, and I was thrilled to do that and do it their style. But when I do my own stuff, it's my style. And that's the primary difference. I come with enthusiasm no matter what.
Well, I believe it because especially with the paid shoots, you may not get to meet your male talent ahead of time. You're meeting them on set. So now y'all got to develop chemistry like that or what have you. So what's some of the things that you do to help develop that chemistry, or a guy can do to help develop chemistry?
Well, usually I'm just excited to be there. Sometimes, well, so like for Score, I shot with 2 different models, and the first day, it was instant chemistry. He was physically, he was very much. He was young black gentleman with beautiful blue eyes who was excited about the fact that he was shooting with a gilf. So he was excited because I was something he was attracted to. The other guy was just as physically handsome. He was also young, but he was more traditional. So he was fun to shoot with. But the first gentleman, we both had something that was particularly attractive for us personally. So the energy was really good, like right out the gate. Like we didn't even role play. They were just like, go at it, you two, which was how it was. Where the second one, it was like, all right, he's going to be a friend of your son that's stopping by and your son isn't home and you're going to take advantage of him. So it was still a lot of fun, and it was still good. It was still really good, but it wasn't the same energy. And it's, for me, it's just there's natural excitement that I'm there and I'm getting paid to have sex with these very physically attractive people in the first place. That in itself, to me, starts things out on the right foot. I'm literally there to have sex and get paid for it, and other people are going to watch it and they're going to get off on it. So I'm excited from the moment that I get there.
I believe
so it doesn't take too much for me. I mean, somebody would have to be like rude or offensive or act like they're not excited to be there for it to become work for me. Because I mean, I get a lot of excitement knowing that other people are going to be watching it later and get off. It feeds my excitement.
That used to turn me on too, to know that people gonna be watching it. Stuff. I'm sorry. Hey, I saw you walk through the door. Shit, you sexy as hell, Miss Lady. Don't trust me. You sexy as hell. So look, I done held you on here, and she gonna have to come back because we didn't even get into a lot of stuff that I want to talk to her about. So with that being
I would
said,
love that.
sexy, can I call you a smoke buddy?
Absolutely. Next time I'll roll up and we'll smoke together to get things going.
No doubt. Next time I'll be starting in the house and I'll be able to roll up and smoke with you. So you heard it, people. She'll be back on the Smokers Lounge, and she also will come back to be on the Premium Smoke Room, the best smokers premium. I'm talking about 6 premium podcasts for you to enjoy for $4.99 a month. We get more outlandish, we get more wilder, we get more uncensored, we get more crazy. Ladies flash the camera, they might suck on a lollipop. There's no telling what they might do and what they might say, but you will not find out unless you subscribe to the Premium Smoke Room. So with that being said, Miss Charlie Jojo, tell everybody where they can spend money on you.
Find me on OnlyFans at Naughty Jojo 1. Watch me for free on Twitter, and you'll know every time I drop a movie, so you can see all my talents and just how much I enjoy doing everything I do.
And there you go, people. So she will be back. Yeah, I'm going.
It was great talking to you.
Oh God, I love talking to you. That's why I can't wait to bring you back. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that after, when we bring her back, because I enjoy looking at her and talking to her. So with that being said, people, you know how we end this all day, every day. Life is a learning experience.
You take care, sweetheart. We'll talk to you soon.
Get the merch on bonfire.com. Yes.
You have a good rest of your night, baby doll.
You too, baby.
Bye.